Welcome back to Let's Craft. Today we are making the cutest Easter craft. I can't wait to show you. We're going to start with some white poster board. You can also use foam board if you have that on hand. I'm also going to be using a small bowl. Whatever circular shape item you have is fine. I'm going to take another circular object, but it has to be a little smaller than the first one, so keep that in mind. I'm also going to be using orange paper, but if you do not have paper, you can always use orange paint or markers. I'm going to also use some yellow fabric, but again, if you don't have fabric, you can always use yellow paint or yellow paper. I'm also going to be using a permanent marker and a pencil and also scissors, but you can use kid-friendly scissors if they're the ones going to be doing the cutting. I'm also going to be using some sort of glue or adhesive. You can use double-sided tape like this one. You can use hot glue or white glue. It depends on what materials you are using. I'm going to be using hot glue for most of the project. We're going to start with tracing half of the larger circular object into the white paper. Now, basically, you just want to trace the bottom half. That's it. We're creating the shape of an egg. I'm also going to be using then the second circular object and placing it right above, maybe about 3 inches above where the first half circle ended, and trace half of it again. I'm going to take my ruler and we're just going to join those two ends. We're just, again, creating the shape of an egg. If you can freehand it, go for it. Have fun. Now, these lines were a little too straight for me, so I did have to then take my pencil and just freehand the edges just a little bit more circular. But again, this is up to you. No need to do that. I am going to then cut it. Just basically take some scissors and cut. Don't look for perfection. It's not needed. Just do the best that you can. And now we are going to draw zigzag lines on the top 1/3 of the egg. So just kind of eye out about 1/3 from the top and make zigzag lines. We are going to cut this. This is what's going to make it look like the egg has been cracked and hatched by a cute little chick. Oh, I can't wait for you to see this. It's so adorable. All right, so we're just going to zigzag it and cut it, and now you're going to have 2 pieces. Now, I did erase some of those pencil lines that were left over just to clean it off a little bit. But look how cute that looks. All right, so now we are going to be making the actual chick. So take the smaller of the 2 circular objects and trace the whole thing and then cut it. This is what we're going to use to create the actual chick. If you have yellow paper, get yellow paper. If you have yellow paint, paint the white paper. In this case, I'm going to use some yellow fabric that I had on hand. I'm going to use hot glue, and once again, whatever material you're using, use whatever adhesive you need, whether it's double-sided tape or white glue. I'm going to use hot glue to attach it to the fabric. And as always, if you're using hot glue, be very careful because it gets really hot. So we're just going to tap it, let it harden and cool down as needed. Now, because I have fabric, I am going to cut it, and I am going to cut it leaving about 1/8 of an inch on the outside. I want it to look furry, kind of like feathery, and give it texture, so I don't looking for it to be flush to the paper. Now we're going to attach the egg. Now, here's the thing. I kind of noticed that the top was just a little too tall, so I'm going to cut off some of the top, just keeping that same circular motion and shape, but just making it a little smaller. Now we're going to attach everything. Again, I'm using hot glue, but use whatever glue or adhesive you need, and attach the bottom first. Then we are going to attach the top one the same exact way, leaving most of the little chick exposed because we want to give it a little face. We're going to start with this hole puncher. It's in the shape of a circle and some black paper. If you do not have black paper, use white and then use a Sharpie to color it in. I'm going to cut out 2 of the shapes. Now, these hole punchers come in a set of 6, and I do have it on my Amazon store, which is linked below if you want to check it out. We are making eyes for the chick. So now that we have these 2 black circles, I'm going to trace one of them twice onto white construction paper. And then we're just going to simply cut it, but we're going to cut it larger, okay? Again, we're leaving about maybe 1/8 of an inch on the outside of the line. I want the white circles to be larger than the black circles. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect. Just do it the best that you can, and then do the same thing for the other eye. Now we're going to attach the eyes. We're going to attach the white circle first, and I'm going to do it towards the top, just lifting the eggshell just a little bit so I can fit it in there. I'm going to then attach the other one. We are then going to attach the black circle on top of the white circle towards the inside corner, leaving some white exposed on the other side, just like that. And again, we did it on the other side. Look how cute. All right, we're going to give it some details. So I'm just going to grab some white paint and a small brush and just add a cute little details. I'm going to make kind of like a little circle and then a tiny little dot next to it. And you're going to see what I'm doing. Do whatever you want. You can even skip this part if you'd like, but I think it really gives it some cute little eyes. I'm going to take the orange paper. We're going to create a beak. So we're going to cut a triangle. If you do not have orange paper, go ahead and do it on white paper and then color it orange. You can do that as well. Once I had it cut, we're just going to attach it right there to the center. Oh my gosh, how stinking cute. I love it. Here's the thing. I thought I was going to leave it just like this. No, I'm going to create little wings for it. I don't know what little wings look like in chicks, but I have an idea. I'm just going to make maybe like the shape of a leaf, something like that. Just go ahead and do that. And we are going to just cut it and use that first one to trace for a second one. That way they'll be shaped and sized similar. We are going to hot glue it to the yellow fabric, but if you used paint, go ahead and paint them. If you use yellow marker or crayons, go ahead and do that as well. I'm going to cut the fabric again, leaving about 1/8 of an inch on the outside edge. And then we are going to attach them to the back sides of the chick. Just going to add a little bit of hot glue, but use the glue that you used for the rest of the project. And then I'm going to attach the other one. Look how cute. This is one of my favorite Easter crafts. How adorable is this? I think this is such a fun craft to do this Easter season. What do you think of this one? Let me know down in the comments. And as always, if you want to keep watching fun crafts, here's another video for you to watch. Click on it. I'll see you later and have fun crafting.